on earth and miss heaven. I want to spend my life with you. Can you help me say, I don't want to spend my life on earth and miss heaven. Yeah, I want to spend my life with you. I shall not be moved. No. The battle is already won. Already won. My soul, yes. Hallelujah. And my expectation is from Him. Can you say it again? Yes, it waits only upon the God of my salvation. Yes, only in Him. Oh, I don't want to spend my life on earth and miss heaven. No, I want to spend my life with you. Can we say it again? I don't want to spend my life and miss heaven. No, I want to spend my life with you. And I shall not be moved. I won't be moved. No, the battle is already won. Yes, my soul, hallelujah, only, hallelujah, it waits upon God, and my expectation, yes, He's the only one that I expect, yes, only upon God, and my expectation, yeah, hallelujah, yes, and God is my salvation, my glory, my rock and my strength, my refuge, it's in God. The enemy has come down, having greater wrath, because he knows he has but a short time left. Don't let earthly distractions and thoughts sway you, cause you to miss heaven. Oh, Said he's under.
Another Tuesday night and we're here again. I'm so happy. How about y'all? Y'all happy?
I'm happy, Bishop. Another Tuesday night.
Yes.
Dr. Brenda, the song that's playing now said, I don't want to spend my life
Yes.
on earth and miss heaven.
Miss
So
heaven.
this is
Yeah.
why I'm thankful to God that there's another Tuesday
Yes.
night for something
Yes.
I didn't know, for something that I have an
Yes.
opportunity to get right.
Yes.
Bishop, this is what's happening on this Tuesday night.
And,
Yes.
and the song said, He's under my feet.
The enemy is under my feet.
Don't you worry about it. The enemy is under your feet already. Don't you
don't
worry
be
about
moved.
it.
Don't be moved by
You got that
anything.
right.
Dr. Brenda, take us way back. I would not be moved by what I
What I see,
Uh-huh.
what I hear, I will only be moved by what God's
God's
word
word
says.
says.
I
But
will
what God's
only
word
say
says.
what God's word
Yes,
says.
ma'am.
I'm
Yeah.
delivered, I'm set free.
Yes.
Bishop, I never forgot that y'all taught us that as a child. And every time we would get up and close, before we close out church, we would have to say that before we
Yes.
would leave the service.
It became a household name and a church name. I would not be moved.
Anthem.
It was our anthem. I would not be moved by what I see. I would not be moved by what I feel. I will only be moved by what God's word says.
And I would not be moved by what I hear.
Yes.
Because you can hear the
Yes.
wrong thing and move you.
Yes.
I love it.
Jefferson Ministries 5 and 7 said we walk not by sight but by faith.
Yes, sir.
Which is God's faith.
Yes, sir.
Another Tuesday night. Now, I want to get back into that angel again. It's just been in my heart and my mind. I want folks to recognize that what they feel it is not the devil. It is the plague has been bought by somebody. All through Revelation, God gave plagues.
But Bishop,
yes.
let me ask this question. A lot of people, and just going off from where you're going, is they may be asking the question, why does Bishop keep talking about this? And you saying that
because something else is coming.
Okay.
And our folks said something. We ain't seen nothing yet. This is the beginning of troubles.
Jesus.
We ain't seen nothing. I keep telling people the rapture is right around the corner. Paul looked for it, now we looking for it. Y'all follow me? Because Paul didn't get the rapture, but it's right around the corner. When God starts something, he gets better and better with it. It's hard, it's better, because it shows us when this taking place that the Lord is on his way back here.
Because people don't want to hear the truth, Bishop. They want to continue to look at it and say, okay, well, the corona now, businesses are reopening, or states are reopening. And
but
people
folks are still dying.
Jesus.
And they'll keep on dying.
Yes, sir.
You follow me? Like they didn't cure cancer.
Yes, sir.
They didn't cure diabetes. This angel is not going to leave.
Yes, sir.
He's going to be here. Folk will be down periodically by the same thing, but something else going to show up. Something else going to show up until God get the whole world attention.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's all he's saying. I want your attention.
Yes, sir.
That's all he's saying. But recognize my deity.
But Dr. Brenda, you had a dream years and years ago where in this dream you saw planes falling out of the skies and you saw great destruction all over the U.S.
I saw great destruction right in the U.S. and I was looking out the window and there were soldiers with rifles and it was bombs being dropped and you could look out up the sky and planes are flying all over the place and dropping bombs all over.
I told Dr. Jeff I was 4 or 5 years old. Had this dream 2 or 3 times. I saw America being attacked by planes in the air.
Yes.
And I had nothing to do with salvation.
Yes, sir.
I was just a little boy, and I dreamed this here.
Yes, sir.
Everybody was running.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we ain't seen nothing yet.
Yes, sir.
When the world's coming together, because God's got them coming together. Because the whole world got to go to one place. They all got to go to Jerusalem and attack Jerusalem. Oh, come on. That's another story. That's another story.
Well, Bishop, just like it's clear when you look outside in the daytime and it's clear, that it was not clear. It was like dusty and foggy from the bombs just dropping. I mean, and I know it's going to happen.
Yes. We the only nation never had a war except for the Civil War. Never had a war in here at all. It's time for war because what war does, it brings people to a certain place. And everybody together in Armageddon. And that's where Christ's going to come back. Because we'll be in heaven enjoying the festivities.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
At the table.
Yes, sir.
And Bishop, so then tonight, I feel that God is leading you somewhere for us tonight, so we're ready.
I want to show you what happens to people who come against God's people. 2 Peter, Jude, Romans, all of these books tells about people who come against God's people. And a lot of these people supposed to belong to God, like Dathan and Korah.
Yes, sir.
They didn't lead nobody out of Egypt, and they're going to argue with Moses and Aaron, where's the milk and honey? You're putting these folks' eyes out. You always got rebels that's trying to stir up something. You all watch the people around you. If your pastor is a good man or bishop is a good man, you follow behind that man. Don't let the devil on the side you pull you out of God.
Yes,
everybody want to be a pastor. The Bible said if they ran, but I didn't send them.
Yes, sir.
They just stood in my counsel and told folks the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be told the truth.
Yes,
but I want to pick it up in Numbers, the 16th chapter.
Okay.
About the first verse. Let's read that.
Okay. Number 16, Bishop, and starting at the first verse. Now Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan of Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On the son of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men.
A lot of sons. Go ahead.
And they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel.
Now what happens that they took the people that Moses brought out of Egypt, and they tried to be Lord over them, and they rose up against Moses. Watch what you're doing. Watch what you're doing. When you rise up against God's anointed, you can get in trouble shown up, and you can drop dead behind it. Or you can wind up like Corey and read from it.
250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation.
I know sometimes they was able to convince the princes, the famous folk, to follow behind that rebellism.
Yes.
Because something was wrong with them.
Yes, sir.
People that got something wrong with them, they pretend for a little while, like Matthew 13, some fell among stones, some fell among thorns, but these people were saved, but they were saved to be lost.
Yes, sir.
Go Go ahead, son.
Men of renown. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron and said unto them, You take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them.
Let me tell you something. There's certain anointing that God give God's men and women. Certain anointing, you don't have that anointing. If you have that anointing, then you understand you don't do certain things. They want to take control of something because they want to be looked at. So some folks just want to be seen. Stop trying to be seen and stop trying to be mean and just be saved. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, and they rose up before Moses, certain children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation,
Go ahead.
Men of renown.
Go ahead.
And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron.
Go ahead.
And said unto them, You take too much upon you, seeing all of the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation.
No, he said, Moses and Aaron, why you make yourself higher than anybody else? Because he brought them out of Egypt. He did the miracles. Aaron held the rod, but Moses did the miracles. He caused the river to turn into blood. He caused the locusts to show up. He did this thing, not Dathan and Korah. Go ahead, son.
And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face. And he spake unto Korah and unto all the company, saying, Even tomorrow the Lord will show who are his.
One thing about it, like God will show who belongs to him. You can believe that.
Yes,
if that rod don't budge, you better be careful. Go ahead.
And who is holy. And he will cause him to come near unto him. Even him whom he has chosen will he cause to come near unto him.
I believe in these last days, God is choosing people for these last days to cause them to come near unto him, in order to lead the people in the right way in holiness.
But Bishop, you keep saying that this is an angel. People are not believing that. So some people are coming against you saying, oh, this ain't an angel. This is just something that's happening. And people are ready to get back to their lives. They're ready to saying, I want things back the way that they used to be. And how are you standing and saying that this is an angel?
Look at Romans 3:3 real quick.
Yes, sir.
You see, I don't try to make people believe nothing. I put what God gave me off on them. Right. I tell them what God gave me, and then those that belong to God will understand.
Yes, sir.
Those that don't, you can't make understand no how.
They're not going to.
You're going to have something. Don't. What do it say?
Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
Go ahead.
God forbid.
Go ahead.
Yet let God be true, and but every man a liar. As it is written, thou that mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
In other words, you don't have to believe me. But I wouldn't say nothing God didn't tell me to say. I'm too afraid to. At 25, when I died and went into hell, I'm too afraid of that. When God give it to me, he give it to me. When God give it to me, I'm going to speak it out of my mouth. I'm going to shout it from the housetop. I'm proclaim it with horns and everything. He said, it's an angel. I said, an angel. Watch this here. Exodus 23 real quick. Exodus 23 and 20. You see, God sends angels. What do it say?
Exodus 23:20. Behold, I send an angel before thee.
He do what now?
I send an angel before thee.
Read it.
To keep thee in the way.
In other words, I'm going to send an angel to keep you in salvation, to keep you on the right road. Go ahead, son.
And to bring thee into the place which I have prepared.
Go ahead.
Beware of him.
Go what now?
Beware of him.
Read it.
And obey his voice.
Go ahead.
Provoke him not.
Go ahead.
For he will not pardon your transgressions.
He won't do what?
He will not pardon your transgressions.
Go ahead.
For my name is in him.
Hold it. He sent the angels to keep us in the way. To make us understand that we're not in this world alone. The Bible says, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Those are angels too.
But Bishop, in this season of quarantine, Dr. Brenda, it has caused people's eyes to be open.
Yes.
People are now saying, I got to get it right. People are looking now, Bishop. And so for people who can't see that, you're teaching us tonight, he's saying that he sent an angel in the way to keep us.
Yes.
And people that God has called, he's allowing this pandemic, this virus.
We don't have the power to keep ourselves.
Yes, sir.
You follow me? Jesus said in John 15:5, without me, you can do nothing.
Yes, sir.
Everything has to be done by God. In him we move, we breathe, have our being. 17:28 of Acts.
Yes, sir.
We are in him. Outside of him, there ain't no life.
Yes,
Go ahead, son.
And it says, but if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thy enemies.
Oh, my God. obey God. The enemy that's bothering you, God, I stop him every time.
Yes, sir.
But you gotta obey God. Listen to Bishop Jefferson, Dr. Jefferson, Pastor Calvin. God is doing something on this earth.
Yes, sir.
He's doing something to show people he's still in control. I think people think that God had died. God ain't dead.
No, sir.
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
You know what I said when I was 25 years old? I don't remember this part, but the police had drove me home. There was 3 of them. And then they said I was running, saying, God ain't dead, God ain't dead. I don't remember that part, but I know I went to hell. So God is not dead. He's alive. He's showing people now. The Bible said the whole earth gonna be full of his knowledge and full of his spirit. It's happening now.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, son.
And I will be an adversary unto thine adversaries. For mine angel shall go before thee and bring thee unto the Amorites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Canaanites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, and I will cut them off.
Remember now, Israel was assassins. Listen very carefully. Israel was assassins. Their job was to clean up the earth and kill every nation that didn't belong to God. They were assassins. And the angels went with them to fight with, oh my God. Leave that alone. Go back to Numbers. Let's do that real quick. I'm trying to show people that the angels was there to help them fight.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, son.
And so now this is this do take ye censers, Korah and all his company, and put fire therein, and put incense in them before the Lord. Tomorrow, and it shall be that with whom the Lord doth choose, he shall be holy. Ye take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi.
Now, censers mean you take these censers and put fire on them. And in other words, if you ain't burning strange fire, if God gave you the fire, you're gonna live. If you burn in strange fire, you're gonna die. Some of y'all burning strange fire. You're saying things about preachers. You're saying things about missionaries. You better watch what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
Because God gonna set your body fields on fire. During this pandemic, you get yourself good. Go ahead, son.
Numbers 16:8. And Moses said unto Korah, Hear, I pray you, ye sons of Levi, seemeth it but a small thing unto you, that the God of Israel hath separated you from the congregation.
He had already gained position from the congregation. And the leadership rose up against the leaders.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, go ahead.
To bring you near to himself to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord.
Go ahead, son.
And to stand before the congregation to minister unto them.
Go ahead.
And he hath brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, the sons of
Now
Levi.
you notice something now. These was really Belial. These was devils. And God allowed them, he allowed them to come to the temple and do the ministry of the temple to show people you can be in church and a person can be the devil sitting right beside you.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
But it takes a while for it to come out.
Yes, sir.
But if you belong to God, can't nobody move you. Go ahead, son.
And to stand before the congregation to minister unto them.
Go ahead.
And he hath brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, the sons of the Levi, with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also.
Now the Levi, Leviticus priesthood, only one that can take tithes and only one that can go around holy thing. Go ahead.
And he says, For which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together.
You and all your devils, you gather together, and let's see who raws the board. Let's see who senses got the fire that God ain't gonna kill. Go ahead.
Together against the Lord. And what is Aaron that ye murmur against him?
In other words, you talk about Aaron too. Now, I'm the one brought him out. Go ahead.
And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram and to the sons.
Watch here. Now, this is very important. Some of y'all, your leadership called you to come. I ain't going down there. Who do you think you are? I mean, God gave you a leader. Don't do that. You're messing your own soul up. And they said, we will not come. Go ahead, son.
And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram and the sons of Eliab, which said, We will not come up.
Go ahead, son.
Is it a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of the land that floweth with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness, except thou maketh thyself altogether a prince over us?
Well, they're saying, you said we don't get milk and honey. We ain't got no milk and honey. But here's what Jefferson coming at. See, people think because God says something, it happens overnight. God told Abraham, for 400 years, your people are going to be in bondage. But I'm going to bring them out at a certain time. It took 400 years. Now, I ain't talking about 400 years for you all. But I'm saying that you got to wait. What the writer said in Romans 12:12, hope, we rejoice in hope, patience, and tribulation. Continue instant and prayer. You got to keep that hope going, and God gonna bring them out, Doc. He gonna bring them out every time.
But Dr. Brenda, you had a testimony of how that you were unlearned more of the scriptures, but you were talking about leadership. And sometimes people out there are talking things that they don't have an understanding about.
I would never do that again. I was 25 years old, and I had a friend, and my pastor at that time, did something. And all I said, how could he do that?
Wow.
And I was sitting on my sofa, and a voice said, look out the window.
Wow,
and I looked out the window, and Jimmy Swaggart was on, Bishop. And he came and he got off the piano. He came to that television. He pointed at me. He said, who do you think you are to talk about your manservant? To his master, he stand or fall. Bishop, when he did that point, my heart started to drop. I couldn't breathe. I looked out the window, the whole clouds got black. And I told God, I said, please, Lord, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Forgive me. I'm sorry. I will never talk about leadership again. And Bishop, from this day to that day, you can't pay me to talk about leadership. I'm not going to do it.
You sure can't get me about listen,
you got your own testimony, Bishop.
I was riding in the road one time, down the road one time, and I wasn't, what I thought I'd been saved. You know how some of y'all pretend like you saved sometimes? But I thought I was saved till a woman got in the car with me. And I had in the car going across the Forest Bridge in Dallas, Texas. And I told her, I said, he make me sick, my pastor. And I heard a voice say, what did you say? Talk about my manservant. And all at once, I couldn't see nothing. I didn't know where I was at. I looked at the girl, and the girl grew home and said, I can't pray for you. I said, oh my God. I turned that car around. It was raining everywhere. I had enough brain to get back to my pastor's house, and he walked out and said, thank you, Jesus. My mind came back to this day. I don't know what it was. It was an angel or my pastor.
Yes, sir.
He's gone now. Whatever it was, I was so glad he came out of the house. I bet you that.
Yes,
you don't talk about it. Go ahead, son. Go ahead.
Wow, Bishop. I mean, this is good because what people need to understand tonight, Bishop, is that during this pandemic is actually help purging things in our lives that are not right.
Pastor Calvin, people hide things that they done got into they want people to know.
Yes, sir.
When you get delivered and get free, you're happy you are. So you'll tell your testimony.
Yes, sir.
12 and 10 of Revelation said they overcome the devil by the word of the testimony and by the blood of the Lamb. The testimony to get you to overcome things.
Yes,
when you get yourself out of yourself, you understand people that get saved tell the truth about them.
Yes, sir.
I didn't just get here. I got here because God allowed me to get here.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead, son.
And I mean, this night, Bishop, this message should be touching hearts of people.
Yes.
Being careful about what you speak. Sometimes, Dr. Brenda, you sharing that you didn't understand, but you spoke.
I didn't understand, but God still got me.
Yes.
Because I said what I said, and I talked against leadership.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
all I said is, how could he do that? And that bishop, God got me.
Well, what you think happens to people wwho God don't get?
They're not going to heaven.
They're going straight into hell.
Yes, sir.
You better be glad God gets you. Hebrews, the 12th chapter said that whom the Lord loveth, he chastises you.
Yes, sir.
Don't despise God's chastising. If God want to chastise the Lord, beat me till I do no more.
Yes, sir. All I want is to go to heaven.
Yes,
You
sir.
got
So whatever
that right.
it takes,
you got
get
that
me
right.
in line. Yes,
I mean, you want to stay saved. Go ahead, son.
Yes, sir. Number 16 and 14, it says, moreover, thou hast not brought us into the land that floweth with
Now
milk and honey,
here's Dathan and Korah talking.
or given us an inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men?
In other words, when you blind them, we can see. You ain't the man of God no how. Well, let me ask you something. Who laid hands on you?
Yes, sir.
How you get that devil up out of you? How you come out of sin? God got men and women of God that can lay hands and you cast out devils. If you don't believe in the devil, next time you tell a lie, go look at him and say, hello, you devil. Go ahead, son.
Said, we will not come up. And Moses was very wroth and said unto the Lord, respect not thou their offerings.
Now Moses is angry. Go ahead.
I have not taken one ass from them,
I took nothing. Go ahead.
neither have I hurt one of them. And Moses said unto Korah, be thou and all thy company before the Lord, and thou Aaron and Tamar.
Yes.
And they took every man his censer and put incense in them.
Now notice something. The censer means that you can burn fire before Lord God. And these princes was doing that at first. But when they got with the wrong crowd, the wrong people, then they can't do that no more. Once you get with the wrong people, a little leaven the whole lump. The Bible says in 13 and 20 of Proverbs that says, who that walk with the wise become wiser, but a companion of fool is destroyed.
Yes, sir.
So you don't want to be a fool and follow people, follow a ride to hell. Go ahead, son.
And he says, and take every man his censer and put incense in them, and bring ye before the Lord every man his censer. 250 censers thou also.
Now notice something. These was famous princes, Dr. Jefferson.
Yes.
Famous in the congregation, renowned people.
Yes.
The first thing God started getting during Corona was people of reputation.
Yes,
y'all follow me? Of reputation. Go ahead, son.
And Aaron, each one of you his censer. And they took every man his censer and put fire in them, and laid incense thereon, and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gathered all of the congregation against them.
Now notice they're all in the door of the tabernacle, and Korah gathered our congregation?
And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle.
Go ahead, son.
Of the congregation. And the glory of the Lord appeared unto all of the congregation. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, separate yourselves from among this congregation.
Get out around these devils. Go ahead.
That I may consume them in a moment.
Go ahead.
And they fell upon their faces and said, O God, the God of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and will they be wrong?
In other words, he saved the congregation then. But God gonna get the congregation again. He saved them, and all he killed was the president and Korah and Dathan. Go ahead, son.
And be wroth with all the congregation.
He's saying, don't kill everybody for one couple people to go in.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the congregation, saying, get ye up from about the tabernacle of Korah and Dathan
Y'all
and
better get out of the way. Y'all better move. This angel is coming.
Yes, sir.
Y'all follow me? The angel is coming. Yes. That's what it is now. The angel called Corona. It's something that God said. The devil don't send nothing like that. He don't have the power to do it, and God wouldn't let him do it. Go ahead, son.
And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and to Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men.
Y'all better get out of the way. God finna do something. Moses tell the people, if I did these things for my own self, then you're gonna know. But if God did a new thing it never did before, never heard of again, you know God has sent me. Go ahead, son.
And touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins.
When you touch wicked people's things, you become wicked. Go ahead. There's spirits in those things.
So they got up from the tabernacle of Korah and Dathan and Abiram.
I bet they was running too. Y'all better move. Yes. I bet they were running. Go ahead. You know something? God is something else. They told Moses one time, they said, listen, now, we want to hear God. Nah, we don't hear nothing about you. He said, y'all want to see God? He said, yeah. He said, all right. He said, Lord, the people want to see you. God said, I'll be down by dusk dawn. About dusk dawn, God stepped down on the mountain. Boom, the mountain cried. We see you now, Moses. We don't want to see God. You don't want to see God if you're doing wrong. Go ahead, son.
So they got up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram on every side. And Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives and their sons and their little children.
Now notice God killed everything that belonged to them devils. Go ahead.
And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Lord hath sent me to do all these works.
Go ahead.
For I have not done them of my own mind.
Go ahead.
If these men die the common death.
In other words, just die. Then God ain't sent me. But if God do a new thing, go ahead on.
Or if they be visited after the visitation of all men,
go ahead.
Then the Lord hath not sent me.
Go ahead.
But if the Lord make a new thing upon the earth and open her mouth,
do what now?
And open her mouth.
Go ahead, son.
And swallow them up with all that appertain unto them.
With everything they got. Go ahead.
And they go down quick into the pit.
Go ahead.
Then you shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord.
Time Moses got. Keep reading. This is good.
And it came to pass as he had made an end of speaking all these words, the ground clave asunder.
It did what now?
The ground clave asunder.
There had an earthquake. Yes, and all the devils went away. Go ahead, son.
And that was under them.
Go ahead.
And the earth opened her mouth.
Go ahead.
And swallowed them up.
Go ahead.
And their houses and all the men that appertained unto Korah.
Go ahead.
And all their goods.
Go ahead.
They and all that appertained to them.
Go ahead.
Went down alive into the pit.
They went to hell alive, in the fire alive. Oh my God.
Jesus.
God invent ways to kill you.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, son. Go ahead.
And the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. And all the Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them.
Running. They were running. Well, they gone. They gone. Now, notice this now. People do right for a while. Then the next day, they start the same mess. Now, Moses done prayed for them, and God spared the congregation. Yes, but the congregation acting a fool again. Now watch what God do. Go ahead.
And said, and all of Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, lest the earth swallow us up also.
Go ahead.
And there came out a fire from the Lord.
Go ahead.
And consumed the 250 men that offered incense.
Those that offered incense offered strange fire. When you talk about the man and woman of God, or God that calls man, you offer the strange fire, and God can consume you in a moment's time. All 250 died because they followed the wrong somebody. Go ahead, son.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest, that he take...
Notice something now. Only he can touch him. You can't touch holy things if God didn't call you to be something. Go ahead.
That he take up the censers out of the burning, and scatter thou and the fire yonder, for they are hallowed.
Go ahead.
The censers of these sinners against their own souls, let them make them broad plates for a covering of the altar.
Go ahead, son.
For they offered them before the Lord, therefore are hallowed, and they shall be a sign unto the children of Israel.
When you offer something before God, they become hallowed. You be sanctified. Because God, when you offer something to God, he watched your offering. The people they offered before God was strange fire. That's how Aaron's two sons got killed. Offer strange fire. You can't offer strange fire to God. If God have not let your rod budge yet, haven't gave you a censer yet, don't push yourself into a place that God don't have yet. Go ahead, son.
And Eleazar the priest took the brazen censers wherewith that they were burnt had offered, and they were made broad plates for a covering of the altar.
Go ahead.
And to be a memorial unto the children of Israel.
Go ahead, son.
That no stranger which is not of the seed of Aaron come near to offer incense before the Lord.
I know something, Dr. Jefferson. The next day, why do folks fear God for one day and the next day thank God forgot about it?
But Dr. Brenda, they're doing this in Corona.
Yes.
They're doing the same thing. And so many people I'm seeing now, they're not in church, Bishop.
No.
They're doing all kind of stuff.
No.
They're changing. Their mannerism is changing. And when they were in church, they wasn't acting the way they're acting now.
Because the angel kept them in the way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's scary, Bishop.
Do you know who the angels are? The angels are your pastor and your pastor, your first lady.
That's good, Bishop.
Those are the angels that keep you in the way.
That's good.
They give you God's word. You got to look for no angel you don't see. Look at those that God put over you. Those are the angels that keep you in the way.
Yes, sir. But now it's like, okay, Bishop, well, I didn't get Corona. Now they're saying that we're opening back up the state and businesses are reopening and we're trying to get back to normal life, and people are going back to the same way that they once were, Bishop.
There'll never be another normal life.
No, sir.
This event, unprecedented, has changed the world, and people gonna see it.
Yes, sir.
The world will never be the same again. Never. It's never went so low on earth. Not in World War I, World War II, in Hitler's day, it went to low because God made it go low, showing people that he still controls this earth.
Yes, sir.
So they think it ain't gonna be the same way no more. Go ahead.
And Bishop, to be a memorial unto the children of Israel, that no stranger which is not of the seed of Aaron come near to offer incense before the Lord.
Go ahead.
That he be not as Korah and his company, as the Lord said to him by the hand of Moses.
In other words, if God ain't called you, don't mess with it. Don't mess with it. Don't burn strange fire. Go ahead, son.
But on the morrow, all the congregation.
Now notice something. Go ahead.
And the children of Israel murmured against Moses.
They sitting there murmuring, talking, and God heard them. You know God, he would be murmuring and going on the Bible. Huh?
But Bishop, so it's dangerous to talk against leadership.
Yes, it is.
And he's showing the power that he give leadership.
Yes.
How he give them power to place judgment on an individual.
Dr. Jefferson, from the beginning, Noah judged the world with 8 people.
Yes, sir.
He judged the world because he got on a ark that God told him to get on, and the rest of the world died.
Yes,
and Noah and his 3 sons and 3 daughters and his wife were saved.
Yes,
8 people condemned the world. That was judgment.
Yes,
Jesus.
All from the beginning of time, God always chose somebody to carry his word in his name.
Yes, sir.
That's good. I like that. Go ahead, son.
Number 16 and 41. But on the morrow, all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying,
now watch this here. When God comes, he comes to kill the rest of them. Moses throws Aaron the rod and tells Aaron, go quickly in the congregation. Aaron gets in between the dead and the living and holding the rod like this here. And when he's holding the rod, people are still dropping like flies. Dr. Johnson, before Aaron could stop it, the plague had killed 14,000 people. 14,000. And the rod he held was Christ. And that same Christ right now is saving folk. Go ahead, son.
Jesus, Bishop. And it came to pass when the congregation was gathered against Moses and against Aaron, that they looked toward the tabernacle of the congregation.
Good Lord.
And behold, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord appeared.
Go ahead.
And Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Get ye up from among this congregation.
In other words, I let you pray, and I saved them the last time. I'm going to get these devils now. I'm going to show them who you are. I'm going to show them who I call. If God called you, don't worry about it. He's going to prove he called you. Go ahead, son.
That I may consume them as in a moment.
Go ahead.
And they fell upon their faces. And Moses said unto Aaron.
It didn't work. It didn't work this time. It didn't work. Wow. The first time it worked. Go ahead, son.
Take a censer and put fire therein from off the altar.
Go ahead.
And put on incense. And go quickly unto the congregation.
Go on in the middle. Go ahead, son.
And make an atonement for them.
Go ahead, son.
For there is wrath going out from the Lord.
Go ahead.
The plague is begun.
What began?
The plague is begun. The plague is begun.
The plague began. But an angel was doing it. He was carrying the plague to the people like he's doing now. His name is Corona. Go ahead, son.
And Aaron took as Moses commanded and ran into the midst of the congregation. And behold, the plague was begun.
Go ahead.
Among the people.
Go ahead.
And he put on incense and made an atonement for the people.
Honey, he's a sweet smelling Savior.
Yes.
That was Christ. Go ahead, son.
And he stood between the dead and the living.
Go ahead.
And the plague was stayed.
What now?
And the plague was stayed.
Christ stopped the plague. As he was backing up, the people were dropping like flies. But he kept himself like this. Notice the plague didn't touch him because he was doing right. But when he kept on doing, the plague stayed. What happened after the plague stopped?
And now that died in the plague.
Do it again now.
And now they that died in the plague was 14,700.
Oh, and not counting the princes and not counting coaching and the covering David. Go ahead, son.
Beside them that died about the matter of Korah. And Aaron returned unto Moses unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Good Lord.
And the plague was stayed.
Oh, my God. Plague sent by God, not by the devil.
Yes, sir.
God does that when people don't want to do what's right. But I'm believing God is not going to plague you. I'm believing God that God is going to bless you in your home, in your house, and wherever you are. Now, notice something now. They gave an atonement for the people's soul.
Yes, sir.
Moses was given an atonement for the people's soul. An atonement means, Lord, I want to give you something so that you can bless me. I want you, the Lord laid on your heart, I want you to send something in. So listen, Bishop Dr. Jefferson and Pastor Calvin, I want to send this in as an atonement for my soul. I appreciate how God done saved me and brought me out of my sins. I appreciate how God done gave me my mind back and took my mind away and gave me his mind. Isaiah 26:3, we have the mind of Christ. You know, in other words, he keeps in perfect peace. First Corinthians 1:16, 2:16, we have the mind of Christ. You want God's mind. And I want people to send an offering. Listen, Bishop, Dr. Jefferson, and Pastor Calvin, I want to send an offering. I want God to bless you all for what you're doing. If you enjoyed this message, I want you to bless God's house. What am I saying in? Whatever God put in your heart. Said, Bishop, I can send 100. I can send 50. I can send 75. But send something in to show God you mean business. We appreciate all of y'all. Doctor,
yes,
I've enjoyed you. I've enjoyed you all.
Both of you all, and I thank God that we was able to see another tooth.
Yes.
It's covered by the blood.
Now, what's your favorite thing?
Sir?
What's your favorite
your
thing?
closing statement, Dr.
Oh,
Brenda.
my closing statement.
You have to give it to us tonight.
Okay. Will a man rob God? You rob him every day through your tithes and your offering. Bring all the tithes and the offering into the storehouse.
Yes.
That it'll be meat in thine house.
Yes.
And prove me now herewith said the Lord, Yes, sir. If I would not open you
Do it,
the
girl.
window,
Do it one more time, Dr. Brown.
open
Yes.
open
Do it, girl. Do
the
it.
windows of heaven and pour you out.
Yes.
Pour you out a blessing.
Yes, ma'am.
And it won't be room enough to receive it. And he said, I won't
Yes.
stop there. He said, I rebuke every devourer for your sake. And your ground won't cast its seed before time.
You got that
You
right.
got seed coming. The harvest time is seed.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
here.
You got to plant the seed to get the harvest.
Yes,
plant
sir.
that seed and say, here is my offering. And God gonna bless you.
Yes, sir.
Another Tuesday gone. God bless you all. God keep you all. We love you all. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it.
Amen.
In
I love
Jesus'
it,
name,
Bishop.
amen.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.
I don't want to spend my life on earth and miss heaven. I want to spend my life with you. Can you help me say, I don't want to spend my life.
I'm Bishop M.B. Jefferson.
And I'm Dr. Brenda Jefferson.
And I'm Pastor Calvin Jefferson. And we want you to tune in to watch us every Sunday morning,
Yes.
8 o'clock, 9 o'clock,
Yes.
10 o'clock.
And
Yes.
Tuesdays at 7 p.m.
We want to see you because you got to come on out of there and be with us in Jesus' name.
So
amen.
don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Remember our old saying, come on out of here.
Yes.
God bless you.